Hello students, let us continue with the flip-flops. In the last class we have studied SR flip-flop, that is clocked SR flip-flops, and also D flip-flop, that is the data flip-flop. Using data flip-flop we could store 1 and 0, but we couldn't hold that 1 and 0 condition in that, because along with data flip-flop was invented to eliminate the invalid condition, which was S is equal to R is equal to 1. Along with S is equal to R is equal to 1, S is equal to R is equal to 0 condition was also eliminated. So that is a disadvantage with data flip-flop. So here they have invented one more flip-flop, that is JK flip-flop. JK stands for Jack Kilby, who invented ICs. I guess you remember. On the honor of his, the JK flip-flop is named as SR flip-flop, along with a little modification is named as JK flip-flop. Okay. Here how does it work? It is just like an SR flip-flop, only thing two extra AND gates have been introduced here. Two AND gates where the J and K inputs are given through AND gates along with the feedback connections of Q and Q bar. That means for the first AND gate, the output of which is connected to the S input of the SR flip-flop, that J, and the first AND gate is connected with the inputs J and Q bar, which is fed back from the output, and the clock. And the second AND gate, which is connected with the inputs K and clock, and one more output that is fed back to input, that is Q. Here S will become equal to ANDed with J, clock and Q bar. R is K, Q and clock, right. So here, and this JK flip-flop is most widely used flip-flop, most widely used and versatile, and it is available in IC also, that is IC 7476 is the IC number of JK flip-flop. That means this circuit has been integrated and the integrated circuit number is 7476. We have 7476 ICs available in our laboratory. If we get time to pursue the lab, we can conduct that experiment. Okay. So let's come back to theory. Here, how does the JK flip-flop work? That we will see. Whenever the clock is 0, what happens? If any one of the input of the AND gate is 0, the output will be 0 only. The output will be 0 only. Remember what used to happen in SR latch. In clocked SR flip-flop, what was the condition? For 0, 0, S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0, hold condition used to get, right. Here how does the actual circuit looks like? If you want, you can draw the SR flip-flop circuit along with these two AND gates, and it is not required actually. So whenever it is 0, 0, clock is 0, whatever may be the J and K, no need to check the J and K or any of the Q and Q bar here, because if any one of the input of the AND gate is 0, output will be 0. So no need of checking all these things, and S will be 0, R will be 0. So Q and it attains the previous state and it is going to hold state. Whenever the clock signal is 0, whenever the clock is high only, the flip-flop will be active. So in the next case, I'll make clock high, that is enable input, which enables the flip-flop. Now if clock is high, J is 0, K is 0. If clock is high but J is 0, K is 0, what happens? Whatever may be Q and Q bar, S is equal to R is equal to 0 only. No need to check this. Or if you want to check if Q is 0 also and it is 1 also, whether to write it, okay. Okay, whenever the Q is 0 and Q bar is 1, then also S will be 0 only, R will be 0 only, and it is going to hold state only. Because J is 0, K is 0, output of these gates will be 0. 0, 0, SR flip flop is going to hold condition. For clock is 1, again J is 0, K is 0. If Q is 1 and Q bar is 0 also, same condition. First case I consider Q is 0 and Q bar is 1, and then the next case I considered and it is 1 and 0. So whenever K is 0, if Q bar is 1 also, doesn't matter, it will be 0 only. So it is going to attain the previous state itself. Whenever the J is 0, K is 0, what happens? Whatever may be the conditions of Q and Q bar, S and R is going to be 0 only, and it is maintaining hold state. And the clock is high. If J is 1, K is 0. If I make J is 1, clock is 1, K is 0. K is 0 in the sense output of this gate will be 0 only, no need to verify. For first condition, I will verify for 0 and 1. J is 1, clock is 1 and Q bar is 1. All the three inputs of the AND gate is 1, then the output will be 1 only. So S is 1, R is 0. Here if it is 0 and 1, S will be 1, R will be 0. So it is going to 1 and 0 set state. Whenever J is 0, J is 1, K is 0, this output will be 0, but this will be 1 for the condition 0 and 1. For the condition Q is equal to 0, Q bar is equal to 1, if I consider previously, if Q is equal to 0, Q bar is equal to 1, then S will be 1, R will be 0. If I consider for the second, this one first and second state, if Q is 1, Q bar is 0, what happens? Q bar is 0, so output of this will be 0, S will be 0, anyway R will be 0 only because K is 0 only. For the next second, when clock is high, J is 1, K is 0, what happens if Q is 1, Q bar is 0, for the second case, S will be 0, R will be 0, but it is going to maintain the previous state, that is 1 and 0 only is going to remain, so it will be in set state. Okay, write down this, I will rub this. For reset condition, I will write here only. If you have textbook, it is there in the textbook, only you need to understand the operation, that's all. For clock is 1 again, if K is 0, if J is 0, K is 1, what happens? If Q, for first condition Q is 0, Q bar is 1. See, J is 0, output will be 0, so S will be 0 only. K is 1, but Q is 0, so output will be 0 only, R is 0, so it is maintaining the previous state, that is 0 and 1, reset state you can call. If the flip-flops output Q is 0 and Q bar is 1 in the sense reset state, even though SR flip-flop is making the operation of hold operation, but for JK flip flop it is reset state, you can consider. For clock 1, if J is 0, K is 1, if Q is 1, Q bar is second condition, Q is 1 and Q bar is 0. What happens? For Q is 1, 1 1 1, output of this will be 1, R is 1, S is 0, R is 1. What happens in SR flip flop? S is 0, R is 1, then Q will be 0, Q bar will be 1. It is going to reset the flip flop. Okay. And for the last condition, very important condition, which was an invalid case in SR flip flop, whether it will be valid here or not, we'll check. For clock is 1, J is 1, K is 1, what happens? Clock is 1, J is 1, K is 1. For the first condition, Q is 0, Q bar is 1. I will check for that. Q bar is 1, J is 1, and output of this AND gate will be 1, that is S will be 1. And Q is 0, so R will be 0. So it is going to set the flip flop. But what happens here? Just check. Flip flop is changed to this position. Flip flop changed to this position. That means 1 and 0. So again, this becomes 1 and this becomes 0. Here it will be 0 and it will be 1. So 1 1 1, R is 0. S was 0, right? R is 0. Here, sorry, R will be, it will go. R will be 1, S will be 0. So what happens here? It is going to reset. See, earlier for both are 1 1 case, for both are 1 1, if I take Q is equal to 0, R is Q bar is equal to 1, this will be 0, this will be 1, flip flop is going to set. Flip flop is going to set. Once the output of the SR flip flop, this Q and Q bar changed, what happens? That affects the input because of the feedback connection. This has become 1. This will become 1, the output of 1, this will be 1 and this will be 0. Again flip flop is going to reset. Again output Q and Q bar changed. Clock is high. Clock is still high. Again it will change to 1 and 0. If it is changed to 1 and 0, 0 is coming here. Again S will be 0, it will be 0 and 1. This will be continuously changing its state until the clock is high. Until the clock is high, Q will be 1, Q bar will be 0, again it will change. This action will be continuous, that is 1 0 1 0 1 0. If you fix an LED, if you construct an LED bulb here, once Q will be on, Q bar will be off. But we cannot observe that change, both the LEDs will be on only, because the propagation delay in the sense the time taken to change the output from the time the input changed. Whenever the input has been changed, the clock is high, the output, the time duration for this IC or the time duration for this logic gates to change to respond to that input, that is called as propagation delay time. That means the time taken for the output to change from the time the input has been changed. That is, propagation delay time is very less for ICs, some nanoseconds. Our eye cannot distinguish that change. So, if you construct JK flip-flop circuit in the laboratory, it will be both the LEDs will be on only. But in actual, practically, we cannot predict it again 0, 1, 1, 0. This will be toggling between 1 and 0, Q and Q bar. So, this condition actually again will not be getting to know at the end of the clock pulse, where the clock is high only. Whenever the clock goes low, goes from high to low, that time what will be the condition of Q, we cannot predict it. So, this will be toggling. There is if I draw the timing diagram, if I draw the timing diagram, J, K, when J is 0, K is 0, Q will be initially 0, I will take. When J is 1, K is 0, flip-flop will set. When J is 0, K is 1, flip-flop will reset. But when both are 1, 1, toggle, flip-flop will be toggling between high and low state. So, there is a problem with the level triggered flip-flops. At the end of the clock pulse, we cannot predict the output of the flip-flop. So, that problem is called as race around condition. So, what is this race around condition? If whenever the clock is high, this is the on time of the clock. Whenever the clock is high and the propagation delay time will be very less, only this much. Propagation delay time is delta t, that is a very small time compared to this on time. Until the flip-flop, until the clock signal is high, that is on time, during on time, if the outputs of the JK flip-flop Q and Q bar is going to change, because of the feedback connections, the flip-flop status will be changing again and again until the end of this on time. Because of this propagation delay, we don't know what will be the propagation delay time of each IC. That will be depending on each gate which is integrated inside the IC. So, these propagation delay time for one IC it will take this much time, for some IC it may take different time. So, at the end of the clock pulse, we will not be knowing whether Q is high or low. It will be continuously toggling. For this time it will be high, for the next delta t it will be low, for the next delta t it will be high, for the next delta t it will be low, something like that. Q and Q bar will be changing their states continuously until the clock signal is high. So at the end of the clock pulse, the state of the flip flop is unknowing. So this condition is called as race around condition. This can be overcome by using edge triggered flip flops that you are going to study in your degree, or one more thing they have invented, that is master slave JK flip flop. Or if the propagation delay time is more than this on time, then that problem will be erased, but that cannot be practically possible, because it is impossible. The propagation delay time is very small compared to the on time of the clock. So this condition, this race around condition problem exists in JK flip flop, and up to this only the new syllabus is mentioned. Master slave JK flip flop and T flip flop we are not going to study in this year, because it is been removed from the syllabus, and this completes your second PUC digital electronics, and the next topic will be communication. Okay, the assignment question I want to give. First question, assignment, during these days, what is race around condition? Explain. The second one, explain the working of SR flip flop with the neat circuit diagram. Write its truth table and timing diagram. The third question, same, explain the working of clocked JK flip flop with the circuit diagram and write its truth table. Explain the working of D flip flop. And the time limit is there. After your monthly test completes, Thursday your monthly test is going to complete. After the test you can submit this. Till next Sunday you have time to complete these. Any doubts in JK flip flop? Text me. Thank you.